And we come here with the intention of learning from each other. One of the things that Amushi is probably going to talk to you about is all of us has different roots that bring us here. But one thing is clear. We can hear because we know that we can do more, we can be more, and we have personal goals that we want to achieve. And we know that just doing what we've been doing is going to continue giving us the same result we've been having forever. When you come here, we do what we call is a meeting, where you have a session, where you have speakers that come with prepared speeches. There are different modules that we do. We have what we call the competent communicator, and we have the leadership models. These two tracks, we have what is going to become, effective May 15 of this year, is going to be our legacy program. Because now we're moving for the two tracks. These tracks have served us very well since 1970. And the competent leadership we have since 2005. But we are moving to the next level, which is what we're going to call pathways. But we're going to talk more about that in the future, because right now what we want to explain is what the meeting, what we do here. We have prepared speeches, which is what you have. And one way for us to help each other is by having what we call the counter. Anyone here has been an counter before? Do you know what that is?
When someone says, ah.
Exactly. And
Really?
that person, every time you use a filler word or you use a repetitive word,
Like
that,
yes.
for example,
I'm
yes.
more like.
And we have an counter, and actually we need a person.
You know, an aha moment. That's what I thought.
We need a person to count how many ons. You want to do that for us? Experienced Toastmaster, explain to us what the grammarian is, and if you have a word for us
So
today.
before I was a Toastmaster, I was an English teacher. I have always chosen to be the grammarian. But I'll go pretty easy on you. Basically, the role of a grammarian is to keep track of the language that people use. So it's not just like an English teacher trying to focus on, the things that you do wrong, that you say wrong, but it's also focusing on how did you say things really in a nice and innovative way? Did you use a lot of like comparisons and flowery language, that type of thing? So I'm going to focus on things that you did really well and things that maybe you can improve. Generally speaking, the grammarian has ready before the meeting a word of the day.
Do you want to use a word today? The listener's job is a person that pays attention to the speakers and record questions related to the subject of the speech, just to be sure that at the end of the meeting, that person is going to ask questions about what the person was talking about, what the speech was about, and see if you were paying attention. Because one of the things that if you become a Toastmaster, you will discover is not that we become better speakers, but better listeners. Because if you don't know what the other person is telling you, how can you establish communication? And the problem we have is pay attention and listen. The timer.
Basically, it's a timer. All the prepared speeches have a minimum time and a maximum time, like some are 5 to 7, 4 to 6 for an icebreaker. So at the minimum time, you'll see the light go green, knowing that you met your minimum, and then halfway in between, it'll turn yellow, and then at the maximum time, it'll turn red. So basically, start wrapping it up when it's yellow, and it just helps you kind of gauge time while you're public speaking.
General evaluation in the agenda, you see part 2. This is the part where you do the education part. Means part 1, all the planned speech is done, which here tonight we're going to have the 3 speeches. You see the speaker's name and the title and the time they're going to be speaking. And we're going to choose evaluator Since we have some existing members here, Toastmasters, you will see that we are going to choose the evaluator. For SAP, I need evaluator.
The general evaluator evaluates the meeting as a whole, but also introduces the evaluators for the speeches.
Right, this is where feedback, all the feedback part.
Because everyone has